Hey guys, Jonah here, back with a cider review. Yeah, I thought I'd go down the cider route. Those of you that are following me on Untapped, you'll know that I've been having a bit of cider lately, and of course, we're definitely into kind of autumn now, being as we're going through the equinox. So yeah, interesting times. And this one is a reasonably interesting cider. I've seen it in a fair few places in the supermarkets around here. It is this one, if I'll focus on there, Angioletti, and it's the Riserva craft cider, craft Italian cider at 6%, and it's got a little angels kind of thing on the top. And if you turn it round, proper Italiano, which is all really cool. Contains sulfides and all that kind of stuff. You can win some sort of pizza oven thing if you want to. It has got a neck chief, but the pièce de résistance is the cap because it's got the Italiano flag. I'm very happy. Yeah, I think that is cool. And in the UK, you can get this in Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Waitrose. I haven't seen it in the others because I haven't been in the others lately. Although I was in Marks and Spencer's, but I wouldn't. I mean, it has a food hall, but I wouldn't really class it as a supermarket, to be perfectly honest. They do food, but yeah, it's not quite a yeah, a supermarket, and at least not in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? Those who know what I mean know what I mean. Right, I've gone for the big old bad boy. I would put ice in this if I was drinking this alone, as it were, without doing a review on. But I wanted to kind of give it a chance to get it all into the glass. And this is pouring super clear. Apparently, this is made from 100% apple juice, which is kind of real cider in a weird way. I think it has been pasteurized though, so that doesn't help. But yeah, no chitting. Yes, that is a word, chitting. Right, let's get this bad boy in the shot and pull that back a little bit, maybe something like that. There we go. That'll be good enough. A lot of people are giving this some good scores, and my God, is that super damn clear? I don't know. Anyway, what do I know? I was at a beer festival. I probably said that in another video, but I was at a beer festival over the weekend at a railway, which was kind of crazy. Yeah, in southern England especially, we have a lot of railway lines that have closed, and volunteers take them on. And this particular one, they run full-size, old-school steam railways along there. It was a beer festival, and you could sit in one of the carriages, and it was, yeah, it was pretty cool. And they had cider, but I was doing beer judging, so I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't go too crazy on the cider. But we shall see what we get from that. Look at that colour; it's super clear, and it's a kind of medium sweet. Obviously, it's Italian apples, but if it was UK, I'd kind of go russet or something like that. Not a John o' Gold, unfortunately. Wow, that is really appley. That drink you can get Appletiser. I don't know if you can get it in the States, but you can definitely get it in the UK and across Europe. It's a fizzy drink made with 100% real apple juice. And this is kind of what it tastes like. Well, at least to some degree. But this one is a 6% cider. It's a hard cider. And this is kind of about normal. If you're just using juice, if you're not doing a turbo cider by adding kind of some extra sugars and stuff, um, or honey to make it a sizer, which I used to do. It tends to make it a lot drier, but if you use the pure apple juice, you kind of up near 6.5% just from the pure juice. And then obviously some people, especially those companies, water it back. Going for 4% is a weird kind of, I don't know, sweet spot, dare I say that? It's to do with taxation as well. So ciders that put other fruit, in fact, I think pears are okay, but if you're adding extra fruit to make it a fruit cider, like a strawberry cider or anything like that, they're charging the rates at a different rate. They're charging it as the same as wine, which is absolutely ridiculous because cider is a really heritage drink in the UK, been around for centuries, and yeah, all of a sudden the government seems to be taking the mick. And if you're putting fruit in it to make it more, I think they're worried that they're making it more a youth drink and underage people are drinking it. Um, so they've upped the tax. And yeah, not many producers are doing anything over like 4% if it's a fruity cider, which is crazy because cider is made from fruit. It just happens to be apples. I wonder if it's been force carved. Um, it's not bottle conditioned from what I can gather. Um, but I've had it in the fridge for a couple of days, and my goodness me, it's kind of really picking up the carbon dioxide, and it's quite, I mean, it's quite carbonated. You can see the bubbles rising, but it's not super carbonated. Um, but like I've said on the channel before, what tends to happen is as you cool a carbonated beverage down, um, at colder temperatures, the CO2 is absorbed more into the liquid. When you drink it, obviously it goes into your stomach, warms up, turns back into gas, and then you belch a lot, which is kind of a thing I do, unfortunately. But that comes with drinking beer and cider, carbonated drinks. But this one, I suspect, is kind of force carved to some degree because if you look at the bottom of there, it looks very, very clear. Um, and there would be no, some people put a bit of a juice in there. Obviously, you have to get the measures right. I told you I'd belch at some point. Um, and it ferments in the bottle from adding back a little bit of apple juice. But you have to know what you're doing. And because that is super clear, I don't think they've done that. They haven't put any sugar in there because, yeah, it would settle out and you get a bit of a yeasty kind of thing, a yeast cake. But this has definitely been clarified somehow. Look how super clear that is. Mm-mm. Like I say, I'm trying not to drink it super fast because the carbon dioxide burn, and that is a real thing, prevents from drinking really, really quickly. Or if I did, I would be burping, belching, whatever you want to call it, like a foghorn. I wouldn't dream of putting that on you, dear viewer. Tell you what, I am also savouring this to some degree because this is a really, really nice cider. I'm liking this. It has a touch of kind of creaminess to it too, um, but you can really, really taste the apples. That sounds weird, but so many of the cider companies add a little bit of sugar in there and mess around with things. So it's not really a clean, crisp drink purely made from the apple juice. Whereas this one definitely is, but it still tastes nice, clean, crisp, uh, and even um, like old King Wenceslas when he looked out and all that sort of stuff. Well, we're kind of coming into winter, aren't we? Yeah, the other thing is look out for that particular brand. It is Angioletti. Um, yeah, it is vastly different prices. At some of the more premium supermarkets, I'm looking at you, Waitrose. That's quite expensive. Sort of three, I think it was 3.50, possibly near a £4 for a bottle. But I got a deal. Of course, I did. I think I got. Where did I get these? Sainsbury's, and it was get 3 for 6 something. So it's basically £2, maybe 2 and a bit quid for one of those. So if you shop around, you can definitely get it a little bit cheaper. And yeah, it's always worthwhile seeing what deals each of the kind of different providers, the different supermarkets have on. Especially with beers too, and craft beer. This is one of the things that I don't like about craft beer is that they take the mick on the pricing. Some of the big bad boys, looking at you, Brewdog, but there are a lot of others that are, yeah, their beers are up in the sort of £4. I can go to my local pub, the best pub in the southeast of England, the Royston, and I can get a pint of beer if I want to in the pub for like £4.40, £4.50, something along those lines, which I think is quite expensive. I used to get £1 a pint down the student union when I were a lad, but these days 4.50, something like that. If you go to the Spoons, Weatherspoons that is, you can, and if you go on the right day and you got some vouchers that you get with your camera membership, you can get a beer for like £1.50 a pint sometimes. Um, Absolutely bargain. The only downside is some of the beers on offer that are very very samey. Um, but the beer festival, the autumn beer festival, is coming up, so it'll be a perfect excuse to try lots of different beers. Assuming they change them over fast enough, because they never seem to go through the whole range, or not in my local one anyway. What am I talking about? Yes, value for money, dear viewer. So when you go to the supermarket, obviously it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but paying like £4 for one bottle or a can even, is a bit much, especially when you're buying it from a supermarket. Hey, that's my 2 pence worth, as it were. But yeah, that's why I'm saying it's even better to look out for the deals. Yeah, or just find the beer you like and buy in bulk. Oh, wow, I knew I was going to belch there. So we're getting down to under half the glass. I don't know if I'm going to finish this one, to be honest, on camera. I can't really drink it fast because of the chillness. And partly due to the fact that I don't drink pints that often. Oh, but this is a very, very nice cider. If you haven't had this one before, definitely one to look out for. It's the Angioletti Riserva. That's important because they do another version, I believe. Craft Italian cider at 6% ABV. Really, really, really good. Taste the apples, definitely. Guys, this has been Uncle Jonah drinking cider this time, so you guys don't have to. If you're new to the channel and you've watched this far in, please think about subscribing. Give me a click, give me a thumbs up. All that kind of good stuff keeps the channel going, keeps me in beer and all that kind of good stuff. please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll be back with another beer review, and that'll be coming up real soon.